Hey there everyone, hope y'all are having a great day and welcome back. This is Anna. So I wanted to show you how to make the Coffin mini album, okay? But so first things first, we have to make a template to be able to cut out all of our pieces. And I wanted to be able to use as much of my paper as I could. So I took, this is my template and it's got all my measurements on there. So this is what you're going to need for the covers and the pages. So let me show you how to get this template. So this is an 8.5 by 11 piece of cardstock. This is 110 pounds. This is 65 pounds, but it's just a scrap just so I can show you how to make your template. So 8.5 by 11, you just, it's a full sheet of paper. You just cut it in half, okay? And you can use the other half in a little bit. I'll show you what you're gonna need for the other half. Okay, so we put our sheet of paper on our scoreboard on the short side, 5.5 inch side. Now you're going to score, let me look at my template here. You're going to score at 1.5 on two sides. So 1.5 right here, and you can flip it over and do 1.5 on the other side. Okay, and that's on the short side, 5.5 inch side. Then on your long side, which is the 8.5, I'm sorry, this is 5.5, okay? And on your 8.5 inch side, you're going to score at 2.5 right here, okay? 2.5, and we score that down. I'm gonna get rid of this so we can work on this. Okay, so the next thing you're going to do is you're gonna grab your ruler, grab mine, and let me try to make this. I know you can probably see, but I don't know how well you can see. That's my score line. I can't see my score line, so I don't know. There's my score line, and this didn't go all the way down. Okay, so that's my score line, and this is my 2.5 inch score line. You're not gonna fold anything. You just need those lines as a guide. So this is how we have scored our page, our half page. I need to sharpen my pencil, is what I need to do. Okay, so what you're gonna do to get your coffin is you're going to take your ruler and you're gonna place it, this is my score line right here, and this is my other score line. You're going to place your ruler from one end of your score line to the other, and you draw a line, and you're going to do that for all four corners there. And then you're going to do from here down to the bottom there, and then this one down to the bottom as well. All right, guys, and this becomes your template. So next thing you have to do is cut out on those lines that you just drew. Guys, this is not very accurate, okay? I should try to go a little bit slower, but I don't want this video to be too long. So I'm trying to go kind of quick. So cut those out. And then after I did this, actually I did this on regular plain paper just to try to figure out dimensions. And then I went ahead and put it on 110 pound cardstock. Okay, so this becomes your template for your covers and your pages. Let me show you on here. There we go. That's your cover and your pages as well. Okay, so this is your template. This is my template for my covers. All I did was I drew this. I took a piece of chipboard, put this down, I'm sorry. And you can either trace it on there, or you can, you know, take your scissors and cut it. In this case, I'm going to cut this with my template because you're going to need another one. So I'm going to show you. You use your template and cut another one out of cardstock, because the next one we are making is going to be your mats, your page mats. I'm going to show you how to get an even space all the way around. Okay, so this is, I'm going to label this one covers and pages. Okay, so this is going to be my mat template. Okay, so the way I'm going to get, of course, if I cut a mat right now, it's going to fit exactly on my cover. So we don't want that. We want this to be smaller or thinner. We want about 1/8 of an inch. I'm going to sit down right here because I'm going to try to, I need to be able to see my ruler. So you're going to take your ruler and you're going to go at 1/8 of an inch. I wonder if I can put something dark under there. Okay, hopefully you can see that a little bit better. Let me. Okay, so you're going to go from your edge 1/8 of an inch. Okay, and you're going to mark that. I'm going to sharpen my pencil, guys. Hang on, guys. I have a sharp point on my pencil. Okay, so you're going to go 1/8 of an inch, and you're going to draw a line, and you're going to go again 1/8 of an inch, draw a line, 1/8 of an inch, and you're going to do this. You're going to go all the way around your coffin 1/8 of an inch. You're going to turn the corner here, 1/8, so let me do that all the way around. Okay guys, so I have gone 1/8 of an inch from the edge inside. Now you can either, you know, take your ruler and connect all your lines that way, or you can simply cut, and that's what I'm going to do for the sake of time. So just cut on that line, just go all the way straight. And this is where the benefit of connecting your lines is, you know you're not going to go crooked. So I just cut all the way around on that 1/8 of an inch line. Okay, so after I cut the ends, that 1/8 of an inch all the way around, this becomes your mat. So let me show you. This is my, okay, so this is my template for my pages and my cover, and this one is the one for my mat. There you go. And it's not, you know, cut very well just because I was in a hurry to show you. So I couldn't show you on here because this is white, but this is your mat. Okay, so that's all you need to be able to make your mini album. So let's go ahead and cut your chipboard. You need 2 chipboard pieces for your front and back cover. All I did was trace this onto my chipboard and cut it out. So you need 2 of those, and then you're going to need 6. Let me see. You are going to need we have 6 pages, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So you need 6 of your cardstock out of the template. Okay, so you need 6 of those. And then you need, let me see, for the spine, you are going to need 3 pieces of cardstock. They're all 6 1/8. Oops, I couldn't find it. Okay, so you need, they're all 6 1/8 in length, and the width is graduating sizes. So this is 6 1/8 by 1 1/2, and it is scored at 1/2 inch on each side. The second one you need is 6 1/8 by 2 1/2, and it's scored at 1/2 inch on each side. And then the last one you need is 6 1/8 by 3 1/2, and it is scored at 1/2 inch on each side. So what we're going to do is we are going to glue these together like this. As long as you don't go past the score line, that's how we're going to glue that down. And I'll do that with you here in a minute. Let me tell you what else you need. You are going to need 1 photo mat, and this is my photo mat template for my photo mats. This is going to be the front cover of the chipboard. And then you're going to need, I don't remember if I put 16 on here, but I don't remember if it's 16 or not. So I'll go back and cut some more if I need. So for these, all you have to do is trace your mat template on the back of your cardstock and cut them out. That's all you have to do. And you can probably see some of the pencil marks on these. Okay, so you need those, and then we are finished with our templates. So I went ahead and cut these little mats. These are the ones that are the photo mats. These are cut at 4 1/4 by 3. These are the ones that go right here for the photos, like that. Okay, so that is all the pieces we need cut. And then we need to cover our chipboard, our covers. Okay, so for this is a 65-pound cardstock. You're going to need 1 sheet for each cover, front and back. What you're going to do is you're going to go ahead and glue your chipboard cover. And remember, you're going to do this twice. You're going to glue your chipboard cover to your black cardstock. 65-pound cardstock. Because if you use 110, it will probably crack on you. Okay, so once you get it on there, you can trim this off to about 1 inch or so. It doesn't have to be perfect because it's going to be covered in the end. But trim it first before we go on to the next step and covering your... Okay, so the next step to cover our to wrap our cover, just fold on your lines on your chipboard coffin. Just fold on the lines. You don't have to burn it. It's just fold. But fold all the way, crease it all the way to the end, because you're going to need those lines to cover these. So okay, so we have folded all our edges, and we have these little fold lines right here. We don't need, this is empty space we do not need. Inside the fold lines, we do not need those spaces. So we're going to take our scissors and we are going to cut not quite to the edge, not quite to the edge of your chipboard, because we want to wrap that as well. We don't want that chipboard exposed. So you're going to do that for all 4 corners. You're going to cut on those fold lines. Doesn't have to be a perfect cut either. Okay, after you do that, then we start gluing these down. I'm going to glue these long pieces first. Fold that down. I don't think my lighting was quite there. Gonna do the longer one here. You could certainly use double-sided tape or whatever adhesive you'd like. Now for this end, I know there's a tiny little corner. I'm gonna tuck that in, and then glue down. There we go. And I took my bone folder and kind of pressed down on those little corners, make sure that they weren't, you know, too bulky. And I'm going to do the same right here to the top one. And I'm going to, again, fold those little edges, fold them in. That one, I didn't want to like cut it off because I don't want my corner exposed. But I'll tell you what, if you accidentally cut too close to the edge and your corner is a little exposed, take a black marker and color it in. Nobody will ever know. And that corner didn't come out perfectly well, but you know what? It is what it is. Okay, so there you go. There, I'm gonna just trim that off because it's... Okay, there we go, and that is your cover. So I have already covered my back cover. There we go. So what I'm going to do, this is the inside, this is the outside, this is the outside. I am going to take my outside pieces and I'm going to go ahead and glue them down like so. Okay, so that way I don't have to, you know what, no, we'll do them all together. So the next thing, we're going to set this aside for a sec. Next thing we're going to do is make our spine. Grab my pieces for that. Okay, so remember your bumpy side goes up because we're going to fold to the top. Okay, so you can, you know, fold your score lines ahead of time. I just find it easier to get a better, align these better. Okay, so I'll fold them in a little bit. So these are my fold lines. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and put glue on the back of my first one. Don't go quite to your fold line. And you know, I'm using plenty of glue because I don't want it falling apart at a later date. Okay, let me center that. And I think I've got it. Okay, and press that down. May have been off a little bit on the top, but that's all right. Now let me do the next one. And that is my next one, guys. So this is what's going to hold our pages together. Now, with my glue, I'm going to take my bone folder. I'm going to fold these in and burnish them really, really well. Alrighty guys, our spine is ready to go. There we go. Okay, so now the first thing we're going to do is we're going to glue the inside cover. Okay, we're going to glue it that way. I'm going to bring you in a little bit so you can see where I am placing this. Pull these down so you can get an even placement every time. Okay, I am going to take this cover and I'm going to put it right corner to corner, okay? Corner to corner, like that. You're going to do that for all your pages. And you can either do, again, you can do tape, double-sided tape, tape runner, or glue. And you do this before you do your mats. Your mats need to come in after you've put your book together. Okay, so here I am, corner to corner. All right, there it is. I'm gonna let it sit for just a minute so that it doesn't move on me. And it did. I didn't give it long enough. Okay, so you want to make sure that you're giving it enough time to not move on you, and it is nice and straight. So I'm using my fingers under to give it a press. And to adjust it, because you want to make sure that your spine doesn't go too far back, because then it does not fold properly or open and close properly. Okay, so there's our cover. So we're going to work on the second page. So this is where my pages come in, my black pages. And again, I'm going to put my glue. The best as you can, guys, corner to corner. And there's our second page. So I'm going to continue to do that until I get to the back cover. Okay, guys, I have glued on my pages here. Okay, so it's 4 pages. So I am on the last page, and I'm about to put my cover on. So this has to go on the inside cover. And I'm gonna do the same thing, corner to corner. You can, let me open this up. Corner to corner without going over your fold line. Okay, there we go. And our book is now put together. Okay, now we have 2 more of these. Those are going to, 2 more of those mats. Those are going to cover the inside of your covers. But what I did was I just cut just a sliver off of each side. And this is the side I started with. And then I glued that down to cover the inside. So let me do that real quick. Okay guys, both covers are done inside and out. Now we get to start putting our covers on there. So this is going to be the front and the back. So I'm going to use that right there. And that's all I'm going to do right now. It's all I'm going to do is put the mats on in my book. So I will be right back. Let me go ahead and mat those. Okay guys, I forgot to tell you about the spine piece. That mat, the spine mat, is 5 3/4 by 2 1/4 wide. Okay, so I have covered everything, the book all the way around, and then you open it up and it is ready to be embellished, guys. Just love this paper. Look at that. So I am going to do a quick embellishment on the book. Okay, so if you were going to close it with ribbon, you should have done that. Sorry, I didn't tell you. Before you put this mat down, if you're going to use a ribbon closure. Like I said before, it really does not need it because it stands on its own. You know, even with embellishments, it's going to stand on its own. The other one I put the chain on there just because I thought it looked cute, and you can put a chain on there. You can, you know, whatever closure you want to use. Just make sure that if it's a ribbon closure, you need to put that on before your front cover mat. And there you go, guys. See, it's pretty well evenly spaced. There you go. I love the way it came out. It turned out very, very cute. I love this paper. This is my favorite sheet out of the whole paper pad. Anyway, I'm gonna decorate a little bit and I will see you in a little bit. I did forget to tell you about the mats. Okay, so if you're going to, you don't have to use mats. You don't even have to use printed mats. You can do solid colors or whatever, but I thought I would use the the little eyeball, the eye prints. So you can, the reason I'm using the mats is because it tells me where I can decorate. I probably won't put one in the front, but it shows me how much space I have to decorate, and then it gives the person filling the album a space for their picture, and they will always be, you know, placed evenly. You know, the pictures will always go down even, and they'll be more symmetrical that way. Okay, so I'm going to put my mats down, decorate, and I'll be back. All right, everyone, I have decorated my mini photo album, and I'm going to do a quick walkthrough. So this is the front. I just thought the skeleton was so super adorable. I used him on another project, and this one actually I cut in half so that it would lay a little flatter. And I glued him down with E6000. I put some of this, what is this called? some of the creepy cloth. That's what it's called. A couple of spiders. And then right here, I put all these skulls that I had. I just thought they look cute at the bottom. Another spider. And then this, you can't tell very well, but it is a bling spider web. And there's a sentiment from time long passed away. And then this little bat right here. And this is a piece of doily that came off of a package that I had been sent in a swap. And this is the spine. I used some of that trim that was in one of the embellishment box. And this little piece right here, and I put a spider right there. That's my spine, and the back is just plain. So when we open it up, on the first page we have I put my mats down. I didn't put one on this side, but I did make a pocket for it. The others don't have a pocket, and so I thought, you know what, let me try making a pocket. I made a pocket because, of course, you guys know I lied to you and you don't need that many mats. So I had some extra mats, and I thought, well, let me make a pocket. So I made a pocket out of this mat that I had cut out previously. And in the mat, we have the this mat that I was going to use for this page, and I didn't. So I thought I'd put it in there anyway. This was from one of the embellishment boxes. And then this little guy I made, it's just a little card. They can actually put a photo in here if they wanted to. So I made that little pocket right there for that. And then on this page I had some veneer kitty cats, so I put them on there. I just took my ink and inked them up a little bit. Tried to make eyes, but okay, so the marker ran. But anyway, it still looks okay. Then I made a bow, and I put a couple of spiders there, and half that styrofoam ball and a kitty cat right there. And then flip the page over, and I put a couple of bats on the top. Again, I just went over it with my black ink. The bats down here, and then spider web right there, and another ball right there. And I'll tell you why each page has a ball in a little bit. And then on the next page, I put some of the pumpkins there. And again, I had some veneer pumpkins, and I just went over it with my with my orange ink pad, and gave them an orange tint. And here's another black ball. And then on this page, I didn't have enough ghosts, so I went ahead and put some skeletons in there that you guys had sent me. And here's another ball. And then on the last page, I went ahead and put this little RIP, and then I put some flowers, a little cluster of flowers, an eyeball, a bat up here, and right here, some more of that trim. And then I made another pocket on this side with another bow and another orange ball. And in this pocket, I have another little card like that. Just love the way they came out. And then another, I realize this is all purple, but I don't have another one. I've used the ones that you guys sent me. And then another mat. So I still think it's okay. Gives it a pop of color. Anyway, guys, that was, oh, let me tell you why each page has half a ball. Okay, so I didn't embellish real heavily, like real bulky embellishments, and I felt like it was closing too much. And I thought, well, you know what, let's just create some bulk, and they will, you know, the photo album will stay open a little bit more. That's why each page has a ball. It's creating some bulk so that the pages don't close too close together. There you go, guys. I did not put a closure on it, and I'm okay with that. And so this is probably my last Halloween project that I'm gonna make. I'm gonna clear all my Halloween out, And I am going to, I have one more project that I have pending. My nephew always gives his coworkers something. So I'm probably gonna, that's what I'm gonna do last, is the coworker goodie boxes or bags, whatever we decide on. But as far as for me, this is it, guys. I hope y'all have a great afternoon. Thank you so much for stopping by. I appreciate each and every one of you. Talk to you later, guys. Thanks a lot.